guys, this is Julia, and whoa, that sounded mad. Hey guys, this is Julia, and welcome to Convos with Julia. Today's first question is, what is the hardest part about being blind? One major thing that's hard about being blind is the limited accessibility. There are many things that aren't accessible for me. There are many places where I go and there's no braille, so I don't know what's going on. I can't read things. Like, for example, when I went to Disney World, I didn't know what ride it was. Like, when we were going on rides, I didn't know what the ride was until someone told me, because it wasn't in braille, so I wasn't able to read like everyone else was, because nothing was in braille. One time I was hanging out outside of school with a bunch of friends, and one of my friends asked if someone else could read something out, and I said I would, but then I remembered that it wasn't in braille, so I wasn't able to. I would have to get it into a format that I could read. I would have to get it sent away to be brailled, or I'd have to get it scanned through my computer. I can't just pick up a piece of paper and read it like anyone else could, which really is annoying sometimes, honestly. There are also some games and reading that aren't available to me. Like, if I'm saying, oh hey, I've heard this book is good, I want to read it, and then I go to download it or something and it's not available, it really annoys me. And there are games that I'm not able to play because not every game has a braille version, and there are often games also that are too visual for me to play, and people are like, you can't do this, you can't do that because you're blind or because it's visual, and that can be frustrating. I can't get around everywhere independently. I can get around my school and stuff and my house, obviously, but I can't just walk outside my door and head to the mall. I would either need someone to guide me, like my parents, siblings, or friends, or I would need someone to drive me. But I can't just go around somewhere in my neighborhood without some assistance. That's why eventually I hope to get a guide dog, so that the guide dog can take me wherever I need to go. With training, the guide dog will be able to take me wherever. I can teach the guide dog the routes, and then I can say, hey, take me to the mall. And the guide dog would, because it would know the route. This doesn't apply to me right now, but it will eventually. I will never be able to drive. Everyone that I know now either can drive or will be able to drive eventually. And I wish I would be able to do that, because now, for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have to rely on someone else to get me everywhere. Whether it be my family, friends, or a bus driver even, or a taxi driver. I'm always gonna be relying on someone to get me where I need to go. I can't just get there myself. There are often times where I don't know if someone's in the room, or if I'm just sitting there, I don't know if there's other people around me. Or the one thing that really bothers me is if I'm talking to someone and we're having a conversation, I'm in the middle of talking to them, and all of a sudden I ask them a question they don't answer and they have left me. If that is the situation, I appreciate it when people say, okay Julia, well I have to go now, see you later, instead of just like walking away and then I think they're there and they're not, and I'm like talking to the air basically because I don't know they're there and I'm trying to say something. Also, there have been times for me when I'm talking to someone about something that I don't necessarily want other people to hear, and then someone else walks in the room. So who knows if someone that I don't want to hear could walk in at any moment when I'm talking about something that's not for them to hear. And that's just a few of the things that are hard about being blind. Trust me, there's a lot more. The next question is, how do I recognize people? When I'm talking about recognizing people, I like to break that down into the 5 senses. So, wait, no. That would be 4 senses because I can't see. Wow, why wouldn't I think of that? Hearing. I recognize people by their voices. Wait, that would be 3 senses because I can't taste people. I'm trying to picture myself tasting someone. Yeah, so I listen for people's voices, and that's how I recognize them. I learn people's voices inside of me, just like you guys would recognize people by their faces, I'm sure. I mean, some of you would probably recognize by voices too, but like, you know what someone looks like, and that's how your brain just recognizes what that person looks like. For me, I recognize what they sound like and what their voices sound like. But it does kind of get annoying when people will disguise their voices sometimes. I mean, I know that they would just be trying to have fun and stuff, but like, for me, like if someone comes up to me and goes, hey, Julia, who is this? I don't want to guess, even if I think I have an idea who they are. I don't want to get it wrong and embarrass myself. I'd rather them come up to me and say, hey Julia, this is Ben, so that I know who it is. Well, not Ben. I know Ben's voice. Ben doesn't need to tell me who he is. Also, with hearing, this mainly applies to my family, but I can recognize footsteps and breathing. Like if my brother's walking down the stairs as opposed to my dad walking down the stairs, or if someone's breathing, like if someone, I don't know, if they're just not talking but they're breathing, sometimes I can tell who it is. The next sense is smell. I don't really go by smell. I don't walk up to someone and smell them to know who they are, but I can smell certain things, especially within my family. Like, I can tell the difference between my mom's hair and my dad's cologne, for example. I know the smell of those things just because I recognize them within my house. Like, I'm with these people every day, so I smell those things every day. It'd be kind of weird. Just, like, I wouldn't want to walk up to someone and go, hey, can I smell you? It'd just be really weird, because people have asked me before, do you know this person's smell? I'm like, what? So you think I'm just gonna walk up to them and go, hey, nice to meet you. Can I smell you? So the next sense is touch. I don't generally touch people. Like, I wouldn't walk up to someone and go, hey, can I touch your face? Can I touch your body? Can I touch your hair? I wouldn't do that. That's just weird. But there have been times where people, when they meet me, when they're introducing themselves to me, have asked me, hey, do you want to touch my face? And I'm just like, and they take my hand and they touch their face with it. And I'm just like, thanks. But, I don't need to memorize the feel of your face. Like, I'm not gonna, next time I see you, I'm not gonna be like, hey, can I feel your face again so I know who it is? Like, no, there are a lot more easier things to tell people by. Because if they're walking in a room, I can't see their face. So that's not something, like, if I don't know they're in the room, I can't just touch their face. Like, there needs to be something that I know instead of just something that I would need to know they're in the room. Like, they need to say, hey, Julia, do you want to touch my face? Then I might as well memorize their voice instead. But I also can tell when it comes to touching. Like, I can tell if my dad's hugging me as opposed to my sister hugging me. Like, I don't go up and touch them, but when they're hugging me, like, I can tell the different heights and stuff and what their bodies feel like. I can just tell. So those are all the questions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. And if you have any questions whatsoever that you would like me to answer, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them in the next video. See ya!